Okay, this one I want to go over to create the basket for the catapult arm. And the way I did this, I use a couple different features. Basically, it's just going to be a couple of cubes. Cube 1 is going to go over here, and then cube 2 is going to come right here. Alright, so cube 1, I kind of want to be like this attachment on the side of the arm. So I'm going to kind of bring it in like this, and I need to give it some definitions. We're actually going to smooth this model, so what I want to do is give it a little bit of definition as far as being able to firm up the edges, because I kind of want to make it square but also make it round. So I'm just going to pull these. You can either use the move tool to move these off towards the edge, or you could select a set, use the scale tool to scale them up towards the edge. You don't want to take it all the way to the ends, but you want to take it kind of close. Alright, now we can test this shape. Oh, undo. We can test this shape by hitting 3 and seeing what it's kind of going to look like. And so we have this kind of boxy kind of looking shape at the moment, and that's okay. We kind of want it to be boxy. It's like if it was a piece of leather wrapped around this wooden beam, what would it look like? Well, it would be kind of boxy shaped. Alright, so go back to the low poly version again. Main thing is that we're going to need these two pieces here. So next thing is we have our cube in the middle, and this is kind of going to be our pad, the thing you put the rock in. And the way I want to do this one is just kind of thinking, maybe not necessarily catapult, maybe a little more slingshot. But that's what I want to use, is we kind of create something kind of like this, just kind of flesh it out general shape wise. There we go, something kind of along these lines. A little smaller. I'm actually going to pull it back down because it needs to have a little dip. What you want to make sure of is these angles here. Yeah, make sure you keep kind of a 45-degree around these lines. It'll help the bevel work out better. Okay, so what I want to do on this one is, again, that 45-degree angle. Come in on the polycube, and we want to add a couple of divisions this way. Just add one there. Definitely need to add 2 here. Okay, so what I want to do is, let's move kind of into the center here. I'm going to line these 2 sides up. Let's go this edge and this edge. Let's kind of scale that out so it kind of fits a little bit. And then take this thing, scale that up, scale that up. I'm going to worry about this other side over here at the moment. That can be fine. So long as this is in the center, we'll be okay. Click on this edge in the middle, scale that out, and then take this edge here, move it out a little ways, tilt it up just a little bit. This is going to kind of help make our pocket, so I just want to pull these edge loops down a little so we have starting to get this kind of pocket shape. Matter of fact, I'm going to grab these faces here in the middle and just kind of inset them just a little bit. See how that's kind of formed this dip? Kind of creates a pocket. All right, last but not least, this face and this face. Let's pull these out. Maybe up just slightly, but definitely out. So you kind of have this kind of like almost like a platter in a way. Okay. So now let's look at our angle. This looks pretty good. Let's see what happens. So what I'm going to do is take this guy, hold down Shift, click on U, and do a mesh combine. Alright, that makes them the same mesh object. Then I want to select this face and this face. Actually, you know what, I want just this face here, and then this face here, the underside face. And I'm going to go to Edit Mesh, Bridge, go to the option box. Now, option box is going to give me a lot of little different options. I want to make sure it's set to smooth path. Twist 0, taper 1 is fine. Divisions, let's just make that 5. Well, we'll set it for 10 for the moment. We can always bring it down. and then smoothing angle. Let's test this. So hit apply. And that's going to give me this kind of funny looking but kind of nice looking attachment on the sides here. Okay, let's undo that. Let's try this underside face and this underside face and apply. And that kind of gives me this dip, which I actually am really liking that shape. But our plate over here is too high, so let's move this down. Okay, and then let's try this one more time and apply. Still not really working. Let's try this top one and the bottom one and hit apply. Alright, that's got kind of interesting little wave to it, but it's looking alright. Alright, one last different little experiment. Let's try 2 and 2 and apply. Now we got this kind of shape. I don't know where that line came from, but overall not too shabby. Let's make sure that's set and this is set. Apply one more time. It's crossing the streams, I think. Always do it this way, like that, kind of thin to thick. That gives a nice shape. I think what I'm going to do is just go with this piece here, hit apply, and I think this will work pretty well as our shape. The reason I say that is I can come over here to my divisions, bring that down to 5, and just kind of keep it like that. And if I hit 3, see our smooth. You see, it really doesn't look that bad at all. Alright, so we kind of have this very organic kind of feel to it, and then we have our half of a piece here on the other side. We'll attach that in a minute. But so we have a nice piece here, tapers on down to our kind of our bucket, as it were. Alright, so if I look at the top view, you'll see that this is over here, so we need our other half. So what I'm going to do is go to Mesh. I'm going to go to Mirror Geometry, do it on that -X, and hit Apply. And you'll see that it mirrors it over on that side. And now, if I hit 3, you can see that it's doing the proxy smooth. But to actually smooth this, what I want to do is go to Mesh and Smooth. Alright. Might not need that many divisions, but click on this. Smooth face, divisions 1, and boom. Alright, we have this nice kind of smooth looking shape that'll work for our catapult / slingshot.